Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the UGC Halo Classic. Now, if you're just joining us, welcome. We're live from Atlantic City, bringing you all the best Halo Classic action you can find. Now, we've just seen Tox Gaming defeat Goobers in quite an efficient fashion. They did lose one game right at the start of the series, but that didn't stop them. They have gone through and they will continue to go through till today. We'll be seeing them later on tonight. It's our 8 o'clock game, but I've got to talk to you about my fantastic desk I have. I have one new addition. Carl's gone to get his back cracked. If you didn't watch earlier on, he was a little late to our desk, but you're not like that, are you, Nighty Night?
Actually, I am.
You are?
I'm an old man.
Have you had it cracked yet?
No, I haven't. Where is that?
It's actually in over on our shoulder there, that side. Because we
Guarantee
have a
that's where I'll be.
fantastic event floor right now with loads of different goodies to come and have a look at. Lots of shirts being sold. Obviously, you can get your back cracked by a chiropractor. So if you do fancy coming down, everybody, please come in. We have general admission. Come and buy a pass and come and join us here. But I mean, fantastic stuff here. You enjoying the Halo Classic?
Oh man, it's the best. I've loved everything about it so far. The setup, where we're at, you know, being up here in New Jersey. And I just got done casting a match, so I'm pumped, I'm ready, and I'm seeing some great action out there. We're seeing some unknown talent, and we're also seeing some old people that have come back from after 5 years of not playing. Come out, and you know, it's good to see some old faces.
Absolutely. Well, actually, we have a little bit of news for you guys. So while we were playing our main stage match, obviously we have our feature stations, and the West Coasters, that's the duo of Trippy and Penguin there, they actually managed to 3-0 Aspire, which is the old Denial roster, obviously with the addition of Fantasy there. I mean, Clutch, that's crazy stuff. You did say earlier on at the beginning, the West Coasters really could be going for first place this event.
Absolutely. I think they're very aware of how good they are, and how good they are as they're world-class players. And they've been competing for so long, and they have so many top twos, top threes under their belt, but it's finally about time they get a first place, and why not this event? I think they're ready, they're focused, and they know that they're going to have to play their A game. And they did it in the first series by 3-0ing a team that really should have probably been considered the favorite going into that series. That addition of Fantasy I really thought was going to make a really big bonus for that squad with Straight Sick and Aries, and unfortunately they got 3-0'd. But that's a big statement for Penguin and Trippy and the boys to really run with this momentum and see how big of a winner's bracket run you can go with. And I think that they're setting themselves off exactly how they wanted to. So that's a great start for them.
Absolutely, and of course we have our next game, which is going to be Mantra versus Guardians Gaming. Now, I'm going to touch upon Mantra to begin with. We're into our Pool B section right now, and we've got new teammates on our hands here. We've got that Ace-Neighbor dynamic duo that we did see back in DreamHack Dallas working so nicely together. I mean, Neighbor disrupting, playing aggressively as always, and Ace having the time of his life at that event. And if they can bring that forward here, then there's no stopping them, because they've also got the addition of Bubu Dubu, that young gun. He has shown himself day in, day out. At every single event, he's getting better and better, and the improvement is unbelievable. And then Demon D coming off that Denial and coming into this team. Demon D has previously been on that Denial roster. DreamHack Dallas, they placed top 6. Not happy with that at all. He is looking for his next step up now. He's looking for the teammates to push him higher. And this actually, 99, could be the roster to do that for him.
Yeah, you would think so, because Ace and Neighbor are amazing, but I don't think Bubu's right there at the position he needs to be yet in Halo 3. I did watch that entire series. I was casting it, so I know exactly what was going on. Bubu Dubu did exceptionally well. I was really proud of him, but something wasn't gelling right. There was a lot of mistakes that you usually don't see out of those players. You know, Ace and Neighbor were with Eco and Frosty, who, you know, they're the top of the world. They're incredible. And they weren't able to get it done against a roster that you would think that they had the edge over. You know, Blaze really hasn't played at the top in Halo 3. This Blaze is a newer Blaze, not the old Blaze, and he just doesn't have the same type of experience. But he stepped up in that game number 5 over there, and he absolutely destroyed the Mantra team. Mantra lost 50-28, and I was blown away by some of the plays that he was making, and you know, I was really it was really unfortunate to see Ace and Neighbor make the type of mistakes they were making.
Absolutely, and I think, looking back at DreamHack Dallas, that kind of lost them that victory there. That they got that second place. I mean, it was really disappointing for them, and unfortunately, ironically, they were falling and they fell to Tox Gaming right at the end there. But we're seeing that early on from them right now. And Clutch, how are they going to be able to dig deep and pull this out of the bag, like going through this run here when they've already lost their first game?
Yeah, that's tough. Luckily, it is pool play, and they do have an opportunity to rebound and come out of pool play still in winner's bracket, so there is time to recover. But also, I was watching that series as well, and something that really stuck out to me was just the lack of, focus and the lack of communication that you could clearly tell was happening. I mean, I couldn't listen to their communication, but what I could tell was, these players were very unaware of everything going on the map. And that is, the sign of a team that is, not ready to compete against teams that are on their P's and Q's. And, we talked, Knight, you talked about how well Blaze was playing. I was actually sitting behind Shotzi watching that Game 5. And, I mean, we know how big of a talent Shotzi is, but for him to be able to just overwhelm players like Ace, Neighbor, Bubu, and Demon, Shotzi single-handedly, to me, took over that Game 5 and said, my team's winning this game. And it was incredible to watch, but, if you're on the side of Ace and Neighbor's team, you can't let one player like that take you apart, because guess what? When you play against teams like Tox, or with teams that have Frosty, Eco, and Snipe Down, they have all 4 guys that are as good as Shotzi, to the point where if you let one guy do that to you, 4 guys are going to overwhelm you. And it was a 50-28 Game 5. It was not close ever. It was 2-2, and then it was 11-4 before D&D shot a single shot with a sniper rifle, and that is a serious problem. So they got to get their heads out of it and really start to step it up. Yeah, absolutely.
Team talk or something.
But I think this is a good series for them to do that.
Yeah.
I really think that Guardian Gaming is in trouble, because if I'm on Mantra, I'm pissed off and I want to play again, and I want to play again now, and they're getting that wish right now, and they're getting that wish against a lesser tier team. So don't be surprised when you see some montage clips coming out of these players because of how angry they are.
He's calling
that
it.
they lost.
Oh, yeah, it should be an easy 3-0.
Definitely. I think it will, and obviously we're quite Mantra heavy right now, and we are nearly ready to go. But I've just got to give it to Guardian Gaming right now. We've got Queen, we've got Weakachu, Guntype, and BlackHaloGod here. And I just want to give a massive shout out to Queen, one of the best Halo females in the game. Amazing to see a female on that stage today. I'm so excited to see her play, and I really do hope that Guardian Gaming can really give Mantra a run for their money, because if they're going to do this right now, this would be the time. Off the back of a loss for them, they really need to capitalize on their potential emotions. This team haven't got that chemistry that we're looking for in some of the legendary teams and the veterans here, so maybe they could break them in that sense. And 99, I know you know this team quite well.
Yes, I do. I've been playing and competing against Queen forever. BlackHaloGod, same deal. Weakachu, I don't have much experience with Guntype. I know he's been one of those guys that's been playing Halo 3 for a long, long time. While Halo 3's been, done and over with, Reach has been in the limelight. He was still playing Halo 3, so he's one of those guys. So I'm looking for him to really, step it up, and this is going to be his series for sure, where he needs to, really make a name for himself. And then obviously Queen, she is so experienced. I have a prediction. I think she's probably going to put up the best numbers in this series.
There we go. Well, we'll see how that works out for us. But now we're going to head over onto the main stage for our next match. Fallout, what have you got for us?
Thank you so much, Lottie. Joined here with Neighbor to my right, Queen to my left. Neighbor, Mason, I'm going to start with you. You guys are coming off a disappointing 5-game loss, heartbreaking and a close one. What went wrong in that one?
I'm not going to make any excuses, but I think we underestimated their team. We definitely could have played better, and we're just going to try and work on what we did wrong to really come back and make it far in this tournament.
It's only pool plays. I'm sure Blaze is never going to let you live that down ever in his entire life, though.
Yeah, he's not. Definitely not. And the thing that really sucks is as the only Halo player undefeated against Shotzi in tournament play, and I talked about it last night, I jinxed myself because obviously lost the Game 5.
That is even more heartbreaking. You didn't knock on wood. That's your fault. However, Game 2, it's only pool play. You guys can bounce right back. Game 2 is going to be a different story. It's against a team, of course, according to you. It's a team you've beaten before in online play. Your thoughts about this upcoming matchup and talking about those online wins?
Yeah, we've played Queen X's team, I think, 2 of the last 3 online cups. And
how'd they go?
Oh, we beat them bad. We beat them bad, but the thing is they are a good team, so we're not overlooking them. And even though we beat them in the qualifier, this is the land and anything can happen. So we're just going to play how we play, and hopefully we get the W.
Well said. I'm going to bring it over to you. Lost to them twice. Your thoughts on that matchup? What went wrong online? What's going to be different about this one?
Well, I just want to say I hope that Mason underestimates our team too, because we got something coming for them.
Ooh, any thoughts on you versus him one-on-one? Think you have the better shot?
He's not going to challenge me. There's no way. He knows better.
He knows better than the challenge queen. Well, there you have it. Shake it out. Best of luck to both of these individuals. It's going to be a good one. I'm going to throw it to our casters. Shyway, Elamite, take it away.
And we're back.
All right.
Into it.
Yeah, great interview from Fallout. Thank you so much for tossing that over here. And we do have an exciting match in store.
Yes, we do.
So, of course, we had Mantra and them losing that first series in the Game 5, as Mason said. His first loss to Shotzi. We'll have to make sure, if you're at home watching, make sure you remind Mason of that and how he jinxed himself all weekend long.
It sets an interesting precedent, though, right? So you got Mantra looking to regain that momentum, and I feel like Guardians Gaming is an opportunity to do that. But at the same time, Guardians looking to take out the wounded beast, right? Mantra's right now lost some of their steam on Infinite. Let's see if they can, take advantage of this opportunity to really showcase their stuff. They're a lot further down on the list as far as the top 12 goes, but we'll find out in this series. We got, some good matches coming up, I'm sure.
Absolutely. I mean, this is an opportunity. They've seen that, if it bleeds, you can kill it, and they have some weaknesses here. And that got exposed against Shotzi and them, too. So I think they're absolutely able to. They've been around for a long time. They've been putting in the practice here. And to, like we said, day one, still early on in the day, this is the best opportunity to catch people off guard because you don't see those final forms of teams until we hit those Saturday evenings and Sundays.
Right. I mean, we saw it with Talks as well. It's like almost the first game. Are they a little sleep? Is it taking a little while for them to kind of get their rhythm going? Even Talks kind of struggling in the beginning of this event, but they start to ramp up and they start to realize, okay, we got to play at this level of play to really take out these teams. You cannot sleep on anyone in this tournament. You really got to bring your A game. So I'm sure Mantra are looking to wake up a little.
Yeah, I mean, underestimating opponents is probably one of the worst things.
And you can't underestimate players like Shotzi. I mean, even coming off of Call of Duty, the guy he's just so dominant every time. So
yeah, I mean, every once in a while we get some of these generational type players, and I think like the Frosties of the worlds, the Shotzis, some of these guys that have so much multi-talent. It's really absurd here. But of course, we've got the series layout here on your screen. Opening this one up, Pit CTF. So we know previously Mantra lost to a Pit Slayer, but of course that is completely different than Flag on how this plays out. But followed by Narrow Slayer, Construct King, Onslaught CTF, and a Heretic Slayer. Do you see these game types favoring one team or the other, Shyway?
Hard to say. I mean, Pit CTF is an interesting one to start off with. Of course, your team chemistry is going to be so important. You got so many power weapons. You got the OS on the map to take control of, and we're just about to kick it off as well as you got the intro music here. And the beautiful aspect of this map is the dirtying weapons that kind of comes into play here. I'm wondering how these teams are going to work together to take advantage of all of these resources, and we're kicking it off with Neighbor.
And I think we've seen a lot of evolution in some of the flag runs and setups here since we used to compete,
Yes.
A lot of that maybe to do with the grenades, but just, overall teamwork and improved communication. So many little factors that kind of come into play here. And with new people entering the scene and these constant team changes, which was also something more unusual that we had back in the day, you're just seeing just because one setup works for one team doesn't mean it's going to work for the other. And a lot of it comes down to how players challenge and the routes that they take on the map.
Exactly. Well, in the meantime, we've got a pretty good split on the side of Mantra here. They got the rockets, they got the OS, they have a sniper as well, an Ace right here looking for a pick on the green hall. He can't quite find him, and Bubu Dubu will go down, and now he's overwhelmed by multiple players here. Some great pressure coming out from Guardians Gaming, and Ace has got to do a good job to keep him back, let his teammates spawn for another opportunity here.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a scary moment for them. So they had the rockets, but Bubu Dubu ended up turning those over, and then two players pushed through long haul. Lined up perfectly there. So I think Ace bodied one of those guys in hallway, which gave him the opportunity to push those players back, but that opens up the map. Rockets are going to find their way back in his hands. Rather than sitting at tower, he's being aggressive here with his team, and it's going to pay off. Has to reload this weapon. They know there's another player on flag, but there's at least two here still in the base trying to work together. I really like this play. Get up on the map. Make sure nobody's coming up behind you, and he just got his rocket shot out of the air, I think.
Yep, huge opportunity for Ace and team here, and you can see they're controlling the Mauler spawn here and trying to take out these slaves, force them over into the courtyard. As long as they can win these battles, they can get themselves a flag opportunity, but Ace has lost his teammate. He's down as well, and it looks like they have quelled the danger for now. Guardians an opportunity to kind of fight back and gain some pressure on the map here.
Yeah, this is great for them. 3 members were just down, but as they tried to push, last player alive was Neighbor, who came off spawn earlier and actually picks up that 1v1 win on training. So the question is do they know that there's a sniper with 2 bullets left over in that Mauler?
Do they? And do they know that the OS is about to come up very soon as well? It's something these teams are going to have to take advantage of. Queen getting the best of Bubu in the hallway, and it looks like they're already pulling a flag as well, but ignoring the OS at the same time. We'll see how this plays out as we have red team making their way through the lower half of the map here. Queen trying to do something to stop this pressure, and there's the OS. They can't grab it in time, taking out both players for the double and burning the OS at the same time. If only she had waited for her shields, might have been able to get even more out of that.
Yeah, but they helped secure the flag cap there. I was going to say this is one of the riskiest times to have those flag runs because they had needle spawn and they forced everyone from Mantra to come over at courtyard and over close to a runway. So they had 3 players set up to try to grab that, but they were trying to get a full, and they all started getting taken no shields. I think they were thinking some other players were going to go for that. Neighbor actually picked up a battle win. So they killed 1 player that was at the OS, and they were waiting for their shields to come back and that OS to pop. So that was a huge play from Queen to come in. That absolutely secured them that flag capture.
The timing was flawless in all these different areas here. In BlackHaloGod with the sniper now looking over to Sword, and he'll land that kill as well as he can make his way through long haul. It looks like once again they're pushing up on these players, forced into courtyard spawns as well. Can't seem to find Demon or Bubu, but there's the body and the shots to back him down. And the pressure right now relentless from Guardians Gaming as BlackHaloGod does a great job to stay alive here, let his teams get some opportunities. Whoa, a headshot.
Another headshot. I'm actually so surprised they were able to stay alive. I thought he was about to snipe his teammate in the back a moment ago, but does not, connect on that shot. It allows them to stay alive, pushing together, and that's the second time that sniper's been turned over. I believe that was the one in the needles here, but we're seeing another flag run here from the likes of Guardians.
Does look like Queen is making it through the long haul. She's got it about halfway there in Guntype here to try to pick up the pieces. He'll get an 8 in on Demon D, but it looks like they might be able to get that return. A great stick to play his life, and Ace, we'll see if he can do anything, but he's going to get taken out by Weakachu. Weakachu trying to get the snipe and manages to get a touch as well to keep it in play.
This is the play that matters here. Great job from the observing team here to actually turn that over. See Queen on the flank, but they get 1 kill. Now 3 members there. That is absolutely going to shut this one down here. Now, I think, we got Rockets that are going to be the biggest concern here next.
Yep, definitely. The Rockets, of course, it looks like the OS as well coming up once again. Bubu Dubu, though, they have an opportunity for a flagpole if they can keep these players at bay and make sure that Mauler is blocked. And Queen right now trying to apply pressure. Bubu in a very important position here, and he can't seem to land a kill, and I'm not sure if that flag has made it far enough just yet, and it hasn't. Ace right now has to stay alive in the Mauler and just delay over Slay, and he's going to go down. Looks like they might not be able to get a cap opportunity here as well.
Yeah, and they got to worry about a counter cap here because that flag was also pushed. Weakachu in the Mauler stays alive a long time. I think they're going to be able to clear this one out. So it's a combination of both teams trying to get that those pulls, those runs, but you got to split up the resources here. Obviously, it's very difficult to get a return and a flag run simultaneously.
Right now, Queen with 1 shot left in the sniper. She pushes through Green Hall, landing a body onto Ace, and Ace will back down. There is the finish with the BR. Great stuff from her as she also goes down on training. But we do have a flag pull, and we'll see if he can make any distance with this. BlackHaloGod in the meantime trying to stop this onslaught for Bubu Dubu. Some good shots from him to put him back, and these battles continue.
Yeah, and you can see it looks like Neighbors grabbed the new sniper for like some Mantra, and then you've got Queen here with the one from the other side. So Neighbor connecting on a body shot into that sword. So they're starting to get eyes on where everyone is. There are players inside the base looking for a flagpole, and this is what we like to see here. 2 go down. This is prime opportunity for a flag run. Queen lost the sniper. I believe it's still up top tower, but you got players starting to look for that right now. But this one doesn't appear to have anyone in position to stop this.
Yeah, you have an excellent flag run opportunity, and Ace will be putting that in the background in the meantime, and he manages to. That's a 1-1 on the scoreboard while Bubu Dubu holds it down. You still got a player in Mauler as well. The pressure is still on as he gets a headshot. He'll back him down with a double. Beautiful headshots from Bubu, and he's still holding his place here in the long haul.
This is good. This is good. This is what you like to see. Go for the clip. Regardless of what happens, you need to connect on those. Bubu Dubu almost had it, but nonetheless, 2 headshots in a row to help with that. That's going to open up the map. So now what he's doing is he kills the player on Courtyard. Now, if you know the spawn system at all here, and Shira, you might have talked about this in some of your videos, but there is the bubble, connections that force those spawns, and Bubu Dubu very wisely watching Mahler because he knows that's the only angle anyone can come from to stop this flag capture or to give him any pressure.
Right, and this is just testament to how great this team is. Like 2 quick captures back-to-back. It's now 2-1 as Neighbor pushes up and continues to apply pressure. They're starting to wake up now, and we're starting to see it as the 4 of them. Oh, there, he'll go down now and leave that sniper for the enemy team. But Bubu still playing in this hallway. This guy, he can't be put down. Another headshot.
Oh, that was a replay there, but we just had all 4 down for a moment.
It took us back in time for a second there.
Charway and I are watching the individual cams there for a moment. I thought Bubu Dubu was doing some deja vu
He was
here.
about to redo the same double kill, yeah.
But yeah, they were able to put 4 down and push in, but unfortunately not enough to actually help move those flag traps across the map. But it's the pressure here, the constant aggression. And if you're watching the series earlier when Mantra actually lost, they were just never able to catch their own footing in their base. If the other team's pushing and constantly keeping a numbers advantage, when you're spawning up in Courtyard and there's a player on your top turret and all your teammates are dead, you don't have a lot of options for success there.
Yeah, take a look at this scenario here. Neighbor pushing up. He'll throw the nades to block the Mauler spawn. You have the flag being pulled as well, and he'll go down. Ace right now picking up the pieces. He'll land some nice shots. And I hear that flag taken, flag dropped. Who is it and where is it right now?
Yeah, we'll see. So that Mauler play, excellent here. Dodges the grenades. He's listening for callouts. Almost gets a flag touch and a push there. That would have been amazing for them. But a great heads-up play here from Guardians to shut that one down, push into that little wall sheet area towards the Needles, and, of course, clear out their base.
Yep, nice shots from Demon D. 2 bodies to knock their shields off. Looking for another one right there in the no-scope. Not quite connecting, but he will go down nonetheless. Another shot in the bottom snipe here. Neighbor pushes up for an opportunity to help him out. And I love these patient shots from Demon D. You cannot back this man down. Bubu with the OS now. Here's another play opportunity.
Wow, that just kind of pinpoint what you want to do if that was your scenario. Once your first player, or your first 2 especially, get body shotted by somebody they're not shooting at on the plat, your push is over. You need to back up and stay alive so that you don't open up the opportunity for them to push all the way into your base. Now, obviously, good job. They actually picked up a few kills, but this is still Mantra gaining control here, pushing in, blocking those needle spawns, and he knows everyone is going to be over here by Courtyard, and they have 2 options. Either push back to their base to try to clear it out, or somebody's going to sneak through runway. Those are what you're going to be looking at.
Does look like Ace is being a bit of a nuisance here, right? Being the only player in the back of this base, trying to keep his presence low and allow for Bubu Dubu to get that pull. He can land some nice shots into Queen to keep her back. Some shots into Tower. Such efficient use of his positioning here. Ace is being such a nuisance on the map, and this flag is being ran through the long haul. The opportunity to win this game is coming right up, and Ace needs to stay alive, but he goes down. The flag being dropped, and a chance for a return as Guntype gets a double.
Yeah, Guntype with the doubles. So Ace does trade 1, which gives them an opportunity, but the timing here, those rockets coming up, that was probably the best time to get a double kill you could possibly hope for, because it turns it into multiple additional kills, make that 2 more additional kills there, and ultimately stopping this capture.
Yep, great answer back from Guntype, and Weakachu as well with some nice shots at Ace, but he actually gets bested, and he'll go down. Ace will try to push up there, but a double kill from BlackHaloGod, who's picked up the rocket launcher, and they have a great position on the map here. We'll see if they can do something about these spawns.
Yeah, so we saw them get the 1 capture, but every time they've had these weapons and these rockets, they haven't been able to get anything else going. They're able to get it to their side camo at one point. Ooh. Those were a really good jump. Basically, you're pushing into that player in green. You know that player wants to go for the floor shot, jumping up on the yellow platform to get a little bit extra height, make them kind of change that rocket direction. Sure enough, doesn't get the kill with it, but takes in those shields, and that's a trade. If you're trading with the rocket player, that is exactly what you want to be doing.
Yep, another big overshield opportunity just come up, and Ace has grabbed it. We've noticed Mantra prioritizing these OS grabs. Bubu Dubu with a sniper in the background as well, and here we have Ace on screen taking advantage of the extra shields to keep Queen out of play. Another flagpole, and he can tank a couple shots with this one. This is kind of dangerous. There goes the OS, but he's going to jump across the green hall. He'll go down. We'll see if his teammate can do anything, but Neighbor committed himself with that jump, and it might help out if he can delay long enough.
Oh, and that first grenade he threw at Queen because she didn't make her jump actually resulted in her death, which gave him a double kill on the sniper player. They had to get up top. That was a very small window.
Yep.
Keep in mind, that goes back to Ace, who pulled the flag and ran it when they still had the sniper. So I was actually questioning that decision. Like, hey, you have OS. There's a sniper player very close to you, either on the flag or towards the sniper tower. This is the time where you're going to get melted if you jump. Sure enough, he does. But the position that his teammates are in, that there's someone to relay that flag. And that's all you need, one more there on the board. Doesn't matter if the rest of your teammates go down here. No worries of a counter cap.
Exactly. I see some sensitivity changes here post-game. Can we get that scoreboard up, though, and maybe we get a chance to see some of who made the biggest plays. Here we go. We've got our kill-death ratio. Let's see the kills and deaths themselves and see who stood out in this game.
Yes, yeah, plus 13, obviously Mantra outslays them by 13, plus 6 from Ace, a plus 7 from Neighbor. We're seeing a lot of effective plays there. Overall kills, 3 people sitting at 22, and everyone else down below that.
It looked relatively even, to be honest. And I mean, we had a great start from Guardians Gaming grabbing that first flag cap. They just couldn't really keep that momentum going forward. It did seem like the pressure overall was in Mantra's advantage. And I think a big testament of that is just control of the weapons and control of the overshield that allows them to make these plays and force those spawns that you want to be in.
Because I think we saw more rocket grabs out of Guardians.
Yeah, but they couldn't quite land those kills, too. Burning 2, maybe 3 rockets, just get, maybe 1 or 2 kills. So.
Yeah, they definitely bought themselves a lot of time and, kept the aggression on, in their base there. They had the rockets. They picked up multiple times, double kills sitting there, but not able to, kind of tie it all together and one that can actually secure those captures. But, I mean, overall, what we saw is that these are 4 talented players. Lots of great things from Queen, some no-scope body shots we were seeing as well with cleaning up kills. So this is a team that has a lot of experience, even though you might not have seen them competing, for top 4 and top 6.
They're sweaty online kids, though, and here they are on land. We'll see if they can do anything to kind of, quell the pressure that we have here. We got a lot of players pushing through the top to start this game to gain control of the top of the map. Just a headbutt scenario is what we're going to see the entire game on Narrows, but it does look like we have a lifter as well. Bubu Dubu with the background lifting back and forth and being a nuisance and helping Ace apply the pressure that he needs to. The sniper picked up and Neighbor with a double to start the game.
That was a beautiful opening strat. Nobody was really shooting each other in the back. Everyone backed down in certain situations to allow multiple assists to come in. You don't want to, if you're in a game where you're just constantly getting kills by yourself and there aren't assists being had either for yourself or your teammates, really that's not what you want to do. That's not conducive to winning games here. It's the teamwork. It's such a fast-paced game. You can't just sit back, wait for your shields to recharge every time before you go into the next fight. It's so much faster paced than that.
Yep. A double kill from Demon D and a spree as well. The raw slaying power from Mantra is what we're going to see in this game type. And looking for that slow body, and he will go down into some shots into Guntype as well, but he'll let him go by and stay alive here. And I love that little slope jump off the ramp. You can see him taking advantage of his environment around him to move around the map quickly.
Oh, and Neighbor not too happy about Demon's play. We're going to give him a little love tap in the back there. We'll go ahead and take him out, but then that's an opportunity for the push. Wisely backing down. Ace on a flank. Looks like they didn't predict that. They're a little bit too focused here maybe on the sniper player, and they give him an opportunity to be a huge distraction here.
Trying to catch those stragglers from behind. A big part of this is going to be whether or not they can dominate in this scenario, push up onto the enemy team and the enemy base and force spawns into the base there and just keep them spawning in the back of their lobby, in the back of their base. But it looks like Queen and team has managed to get themselves up into RL1 and try to push up to the top of the map here. We'll see if she can land a nice kill on a top mid. Ace not looking for it. He'll go down. Great stuff.
Yeah, the real question here is this lead going to just continue to build throughout the game, or is Guardians going to be able to stop that bleeding and start making a comeback? So we saw it was like 12-4 in the beginning, so that was essentially the opening starts here.
Right.
That's changed up a little bit. As we see that second sniper spawn is where we're going to see the big kind of lead changes happen, or the catch-up that can happen, because it was up to, I want to say, 11 here, and now we're back down to 7. So it's when this new sniper spawns at 12:26, we're going to see one team or the other really kind of either bring this together, make this a tie game, or just one team pull away.
Weakachu just bobbing and weaving, manages to get that kill as well, and Guntype trying to stay alive here on the flag, and he'll go down. Demon D getting the best of him, but a trade as well, and we're seeing that across the board. The scoreline getting a little bit closer now, not quite as dominant as it was in the start, and it looks like Guardians Gaming showing some signs of life here. Neighbor, though, unrelenting. He'll make his way up onto their L0, but he'll go down as well.
Yeah, he gets sandwiched pretty hard. That's another player shooting him in the back, so he didn't have any other kind of routes to get out of dodge there. But you can see BlackHaloGod, he has that sniper rifle connected. What is that, 2 body shots already? So definitely opening up the map here for them to regain control. And like I said, maybe we're going to see one team pull away, but it's actually going to be the opposite of that. It's Guardians really kind of bringing this one back. So it's still 7 kills. BlackHaloGod. He needs to stay alive here, and
Yep.
he needs to maintain control, and that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was getting a little pressure there, losing his teammates around him, and he got punished for hopping there. You get caught in your jump, and you're down. You can't do too much about it. And Neighbor, meanwhile, with the sniper as they return the pressure. A nice headshot onto Weakachu as he pushes up the Rockets. And the T2 combo coming in for the double, looking for the triple onto Queen, and she goes down as well, and he spots the lifter.
Give it to him. He's probably calling it right now. Is his mouth moving? Nope, he's not calling it out. He
Not
just
gonna
wants to
land
win
it.
here. That's all right, though.
Those are hard shots to hit. I mean, some good damage to keep that player at bay. And 41-28. Where did the scoreline go? Mantra looking pretty dominant at the end of the game here.
Yeah, and then actually I was right in my prediction. They brought it back a little bit, all the way to within 7. But those Rockets, that
Yep.
was
Power
almost
weapon
the
control.
nail in the coffin here.
Yeah, can't do too much about that, especially when you're in those static spawns. They're very predictable, and you get completely destroyed in your base. Bubu, Dubu, and team right now. Relentless pressure in top mid, and that's what we've seen all game so far.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it is just a little bit more experience on that level of play like you're seeing here. You have a team that has a lot of talent, and they can keep up with the best of them here, but it's closing out games. It's doing it for a full 5-game series that really sets these players apart.
At this point, they can breathe easy. Even trades right now are in the favor on the side of Mantra, and Bubu with the Mauler beatdown classic combo. Some shots into Queen as he backs up, but he will get knocked out by both sides. Can't do too much about that. But 47, 3 more kills left before we close this one out.
Yeah, so even though a lot of kills went in their favor, it's still looking out of reach at this current point in time. I mean, it's happened before, I'm not going to lie, but you are seeing a map like Narrows is definitely a little bit more difficult.
Happened before. I'd like to see that happen now. That'd be a hell of a comeback. We got 2 more kills left for them, and Ace right now. Some good work with his teammates here. They'll put some nice shots into Weakachu and back him down. I mean, Guardians doing a good job staying alive and showcasing that they are not going to go down without a fight. And hopefully they can carry that momentum over into the next series, because it looks like it's about to be all she wrote. Ace with the flank and Bubu with the final shots from the sniper here. Can't seem to land them. Where is that last player?
Oh, they're all on top of each other's heads hiding right now. Is the scenario you find yourself in that case. But as you can tell, 50-39, they closed it out right from the get-go. It was up by 8. Closest we saw was really 7.
Yep.
So that was pretty a one-sided affair, all things considered here.
You got to be good at dealing with those pesky lifters, right? You get one player that lifts off, he'll long lift his way across the map. Next thing you know, he's in the back of your base, an opportunity to grab your sniper. 2 snipers and a rocket launcher against you. Not too much you can do about that in the beginning of the game. But here are the slays on the board, 15-8 from Neighbor, looking strong.
Yeah, Neighbor definitely stepped up his game from what we saw earlier. He's obviously got some goals in mind of what he's looking to accomplish this weekend. And, this team, they no more goofing around. Like, it's all here on out. They have to perform. On the flip side, you do see, all smiles around here for Guardians. And, I think rightfully so, because when you're playing against teams this level, like, the expectation is not to win. Maybe the hope is to win, but the expectation, in all reality, is to make these close, maybe take a game or 2 here. And then if the stars align, you take the series.
Well, we have one final opportunity for some signs of life here. And it looks like it's going to be on Construct King of the Hill.
Construct King?
What do you think?
Oh. I mean, I think it's going to be more of the same, what we've seen so far.
Yeah. Fair.
I don't see, based on how the first 2 games went, like you can see, they're able to grab control. They're able to outslay them in their current situations. But, when it comes down to who's able to maintain control of the map for longer and then really transition that control into points and make it into the scoreboard, that's where we're seeing the separation.
Now we have the Rockets, the snipe, and a late overshield this time, coming in 2 minutes after the game starts. And these are the big things they have to control. And, of course, top map control. Even if you don't quite have that lower the lower hill, top map control is always a dominant position to have. We'll see how it plays out. Bit of a race to the pink and the gold lifts as they try to get their way up to Rockets.
Ooh, good grenades coming out here from both teams. And far the advantage kind of looks like it's going over to Guardians there. So we'll see if anyone had decided to go low. Taking a look at the kill feed. It is still kills going both directions, but ooh, that's what you hate to see there. So he's got the information here from his teammates, and he's kind of like paying attention to what's happened so far on the map.
Yep.
And while we had a great start here for Guardians, 2 players dropping up top to the player that grabs and secures those rockets, who wasn't necessarily involved in the early fight because he did, lift up right away to try to secure map and power weapon control, definitely helps out a lot there.
A huge contributor to this final score line is just how exceptional they are on these starting strats. Bubu Dubu with the sniper, Ace with the rockets and already points on the board. They're controlling everything. Look at this sneaky location from Bubu here as he finally jumps into pink lift and some nice shots on a Guntype to try to finish him off. Guntype feeling a difficult target, but Bubu will get the best of him.
Yeah, that would have been very, very nice from Guntype if he was able to secure that win. And yeah, that definitely is going to save them the top of the map. Probably force that player at sword to then rotate into open. The power weapon changes hands. There's so many little things that play a role. But that was Bubu Dubu clutching it up. He was supposed to win that fight, and in fact he did. So, nice job. Not choking, I guess.
Relatively full sniper as well as Demon D picks it back up. Body shot to beat down. You'll take out that player. And now they're starting to think about that transition on the map here. You got 30 seconds until the OS comes up and that hill changes locations. We'll see. And Weakachu, actually good time to grab the sniper, but he gets melted immediately. No chance to do anything effective with that.
Oh, and you can see that player gets spotted lifting up, and just great teamwork here from everyone on Mantra that is up top. You can see every time they've engaged with anyone, it's essentially been a 2v1 kind of situation here. BlackHaloGod gets the nice beatdown kill onto the player open purple, but they are just flooding up this purple here like ants right now.
And now I'm thinking, what's happening with that OS? It's been grabbed. It looks like Queen has grabbed the OS. Let's see if she can do anything to bring back that top map control. And it looks like they're waiting to coordinate a play here on Goldlift. Both of them going up at the same time. Anybody waiting to stop them? No. We've got a chance for some serious damage. Nice shots on a neighbor. She gets completely destroyed by grenades. And there you go. That's all she wrote. Hill still in the favor of red.
Definitely a tough spot to be in when you've got two players on closed purple when you're sitting up there top gold. And sure enough, Mantra just kind of sends a nuke over there to top gold, picks up OS player and teammates and friends. So the good news for them is that even though they died top gold, their teammates got to spawn in closed purple, which is kind of a blessing sometimes.
Unless they're aware of that closed purple spawn, they completely they can take them out. I mean, they can't let them breathe right now. 83-10. This is a rough start to the game, and Ace looking for he had the nasty reaction time, but not quite able to land that kill. Neighbor with a sniper as well.
Yeah, that was two snipers in their hands with top controls. They've gotten a very early lead off these first two hills, and you can see what they're able to do with these weapons, and with that help secure the rockets as well.
Neighbor looking like he didn't step away from Halo for a day.
Yeah, he's definitely starting to line up these shots here, and now locking down top gold control. Still 3 shots. They've got sniper and rockets, and yeah, I mean, no matter what happens, I'd still prefer a top spawn.
Sure.
It's such an advantage, and even when you're spawning in close, like lots of times, maybe it's not great, but you push over to closed street, and then you
access to dominant positions. Yep.
Right, exactly. You spawn your teammates up top then after that. So
yes, of course.
There's definitely things like that to consider, but we're just seeing just amazing control here.
Some utter domination, yeah. And it looks like the hill is about to change hands as well as they finally get themselves in there, but it won't matter too much. Beautiful shots from Bubu. He'll take out Guntype and make his way over to the pink lift. Looks like he's preparing himself for this next setup here.
Yeah, he definitely hasn't forgot about that player he put shots into that was previously in the hill. There's 2 people there, but only 2 seconds left in hill. I want Neighbor to back down here. You do not want to be dying in this situation, but being a distraction long enough for those 2 players up top that he helps secure his teammates the hill down low.
Yep, and on cue, in time with the hill change, you had the OS every time, and this time Ace taking advantage of it, and the top map control as well, and this is looking like a dominating setup opportunity. Can they do anything to play the river or stop this onslaught? Queen goes down. Here's a double for sure, the beat down for the double, and he'll take him out. Triple opportunity, Weakachu as he tries to escape. He can't. There's the triple for Ace. And looking too dominant on the side of red right now.
Yeah, not able to find that overkill, unfortunately, but we'll still take triples here. No complaints there. So you can see, just jumping around, looking for spawns right now. I mean, the next thing they're going to have to worry about is that sniper rifle that we'll be seeing here. But other than that, it is a walk in the park here right now for Mantra.
Yep, Ace still staying alive in the lobby. And he goes down. 2 players will take him out. Meanwhile, points still being collected in that hill. You've just got 1 pesky player who stays alive. The rest of them, keep him up top and keep him in battles. That's fine. And Neighbor will continue to apply pressure here. Some great shots on the BlackHaloGod. He's got 3 players that he's keeping down by himself. And finally he drops 144-25 now, looking pretty rough for Guardians Gaming.
Yeah, so I mean, literally Neighbor was up there at the sword, pushed under glass to R1, and then drew 2 players in from lobby
Talk about aggro.
Sword, right? And then had that 3rd player then spawn there. So, definitely being a huge distraction here for the squad, securing all that scrappy time down low, even though they in that situation, did not maintain top control.
Yeah, and I believe historically you wouldn't really have too many teams getting so much time on the bottom of the map. When you have such dominating play, though, I mean, every single hill is a great opportunity. Ace will go down. We do have the sniper potentially changing hands. Neighbor stops her in her tracks. And some great shots here from both sides. Weakachu will go down.
Yeah, Neighbor goes back down. So that's a death sniper we've got on our hands right now. It's been up.
A lot of bullets in the chamber.
Been up for a minute, but only 2 shots have been taken. Make that 3 now as it once again changes hands. Nobody's able to get kills with this thing right now, but ultimately finding its way back over to Bubu Dubu, and that is full top control here now. As you can see, they're getting ready to lift. It looks like it's going to be a classic 2-2 with that new OS. But this is the danger of it, just nuking top gold, but the less spawns come in. I'm actually surprised they got that. There's 1 shot away from securing that kill, and that 2-2 setup is buying them hill time now.
Not going to lie, I had flashbacks of Queen's exact push with the OS earlier in the game, but this time she got a double out of it and a sniper rifle, so we got some play opportunities. Top map control, you can see look at the teammates here spreading out, trying to take advantage of all these different lifts here, but it looks like the open pink is open, and players are coming up and challenging. 2 of her teammates go down. Queen has to delay and slay here, try to do something to stay alive and take advantage of this power weapon.
That would have been big. So she's in a good position because she's still going to get her teammates spawning up here towards gold. But at the same time, had she got that kill on Ace, no shields in the purple, would have maybe prevented his teammates and Mancha from spawning up top over there towards lobby. So those little things are
unfortunate timing
factor. Yeah,
timing mishap right there. She wasn't quite ready
grabbing
for it.
that snipe shot might have gotten them to spawn down low, because not only is he not up there forcing a positive spawn for his teammates, but he just died there, then blocking that spawn as well.
Yeah. Force them down low makes it so difficult to get immediately back up there, especially when they're preying on the lifts, and you got somebody like Ace with the rockets and the sword legs. Good luck with that. He'll grab at least 1, and probably the shields on the other as they go up the purple lift, and Ace just being such a nuisance. They can't even get up to them, let alone land some kills.
Yeah, not only that, but he just spotted all 4 players.
Yes.
He killed 1,
that's some information.
Probably got another one weak, and then gave location of the last 2. So that is invaluable information to immediately, especially one player, give locations of all 4 of the enemy team.
Yeah, looking like checkmate at this point, 2-0-4 and counting as Ace controls the hill here. He's got a carbine and a BR, a lot of resources here with which to do damage. But we'll see if he can get anything going. Just free hill time, really. There's the move.
Yep, it is, but we are seeing another OS, so we'll see which team is still thinking about that and maybe who's forgotten about it. We'll find out shortly.
Looking for a peek here. Not sure who. Looks like Queen once again. It seems to be the OS all over it here, but Ace, meanwhile, with a killing spree, just denying that opportunity. Well, I'm still looking for it. I believe it's a little bit late here, too.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone... No, it is still up, sure enough, and gosh, I think we just had all 4 Guardians spawning low, and they just got picked apart. Not even able to make it across the mid part of bottom mid to get that, so that is going to be another OS finding its way over to someone from...
Well, OS or not, 2 seconds left is all you really need here. And Ace looking for some of these final slays. He'll go down a double team scenario. Demon D right now has some good top map positioning here. Some great shots on a Guntype. Not much he can do about that, but he will escape without his shields.
Yeah, definitely solid shots. Not able to get that...
there it is.
Oh, yeah, he did just get in the hill for 2 more seconds of scrap time. And
can't do too much about that.
Sure enough, quick series, 250 to 61 in that final game. And I think they needed to take one of the first 2 if they were going to, obviously extend that series whatsoever. Right. But, we'll take a look at the stats here, kind of see how it played out. And fairly even across the board, 21, 12, 20, 20 assists, very similar, deaths very similar. And lots of hill time coming up from multiple players here. So that was, right from the get-go, we saw essentially a better opening strat. I think OS control favored Guardians here. But, OS isn't much when only one really kind of translated into anything, because we talked about that first, nuke that went off top gold when they tried that break.
Yeah, consistent efficiency in their opening strats for sure, and we saw that both in Narrows and in Construct, taking advantage of all the power weapons available, and a few slays to boot to start things off. And in the minds of Mantra, I mean, that's the kind of momentum you need to get back in this. Like Infinite took you down in a close series, you can't let that bog you down for the rest of this tournament. You got quite a few more games coming up, so they're kind of poised to take that into a good series going forward. As far as Guardians Gaming, I wonder how they feel. I mean, I'm sure they didn't expect to dominate in this one, but not a bad performance.
Yeah, I think they can still hold their heads high. We saw moments like they were able to get the first flag capture on the pit. Yeah, it wasn't something we were necessarily...
They did start out strong.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's, it's about finding the rhythm and being able to continue that forward, but... One thing that we see a lot is that teams have huge variations on the map. So very consistently, these guys are going to win these maps, these guys are going to lose these maps, and it's coming down to those player styles there. So I think it's going to be a lot about what adjustments we're going to have made here for these teams on some of their weaker game types.
Yep. I mean, as far as adjustments, as far as team, symmetry, I'm pretty sure the analysts can break that down on the desk. Let's see what Lottie and the crew has to say.